Yeah, hey, Dan here. Just using YouTube and tried to upload some shorts, but a bit longer than 3 minutes. I'll upload that because some messages and words were good, but I want to repeat it again now and upload just in case I go over that 3 minutes again. But as I was saying there, I wanted to put a face to the name and this channel and the movement. Brand, within Imagine Land and Future You is under a company birth 7 or 8 years, maybe longer ago now, called Unified Purpose. Through some experiences, as I've mentioned on that video, that I had some epiphanies, some dark moments where realizations and going really deep into who I know I should be and want to be serving. And I made a lot of sacrifices along that journey, and I've called out my teeth, which is one of the things, I've really neglected myself along the journey. I knew certain sacrifices needed to be made, but I also have identified that not all of those and not all those pressures which resulted in me being out of alignment and drinking and smoking, other things. So it's no major drugs, don't get me wrong, but even just drinking and smoking a bit of recreational pot, can affect you, especially the drinking. So quite proud I haven't had a drop in. I had a beer last night, and I had a beer on my birthday, one beer, but it's very different to what I was doing. A bottle of wine a day, and cheap wine at that. So anyway, it's because I've become into alignment. I realised along my journey, which it's been long, it's been across various different areas, that I've had an opportunity, and I still do, and I'm going to, and I'm helping now. Anyone, purpose-driven parent or creative parent, entrepreneurial, maybe you're not entrepreneurial, maybe you've got an existing business or have thought about something and maybe put it off because of life pressures and the need to put a roof over the head and feed the family, or whatever it is that stopped you from pursuing. And just check out this view. I should just keep my voice and my face out of it, maybe, you reckon? Yeah. But what I was saying is, whatever you may have put off and thought, and you'll know whether you're out of alignment, if you're happy in your job. But one of the things, I realised when I saw this sort of, went down the rabbit hole of tech and where the world was going, is that the statistics were that people aren't happy in their jobs, even spending 4 or 5 years going to university, getting, first of all, the placement in that area that you've studied. And I think that was 30% at that point in time, 7 or 8. And then out of that, 50% were actually happy doing that. So whether it was themselves or their family, or they changed their mind, or their family pressures or whatnot. So, it's not a very good statistic. So we all know what we enjoy doing, and there's ways that you can build community and build projects around that, or build multiple projects to support yourself. And I had in my head the view of some sacrifices to be made to make this easier for others to not endure and have to go through and rely on some people out there, organisations and current methods in the world that make it difficult. Online marketing, for example, the amount of money I spent on different tools, and then the alternative is to pay someone overpay them and not be guaranteed a result. And the strategy might be wrong. You might have chose the wrong strategy yourself, but in terms of, various ways to do that. But anyway, and in investments and projects, venture capital, I won't go into it. You'll see there's other ways you can see my story in content, and there's a free sign up to the Imagine Land and whatnot, free mindset phase that you should check out if you're resonating with any of the material, this message. But yeah, long story short, I really wanted to document now this journey of where I am now, and invite people to come along for growth I know there's going to be a lot of growth for myself. There has been in the last few months, and I think just quietening down as well to let things sink up. Listening to the big fella, God, could be woman, could be mix. We all are a mix. So, that masculine and feminine side of things, it's another societal judgments. It's it's pretty full on these days, and all the content on social media and all that's not really helping, especially the young kids with comparing themselves and comparing each other. And I've done that, but really forgiving myself and that judgment, and really just really want the best for people now. Don't want to compete, which subconsciously I may have done in the past, or not felt happy with other people. Not so much not happy, but like bits of resentment maybe it may have been for why things not happening to me. But what I realised is that things happen in the time that they're meant to, and for my personal calling, it wasn't meant to be happening at that point in time. I've had to endure certain things and make my own mistakes, and then learn from other people's ill intent sometimes, where they, for whatever reason and their issues, have tried to get in the way of my progress. So it is what it is, and it's the way of the world, and it's God has a plan for all of us, and we all fit in somewhere, and we receive these messages and signals. But sometimes the world's blocking it out. I know with myself, I've been thinking ADD, going bull at a gate. But taking that moment to slow down and really work on yourself and connect, to be able to listen to those signs and messages from God and from my ancestors that have been supporting me along my journey and protecting. Some people thought I was crazy. You may still, but I know I'm not. And I'm really looking forward to helping people come to their own answers and epiphanies, for people to come and help build a movement where you can align with maybe things you've neglected from the past, in terms of your passions and your true purpose, where you've been called, or you should be doing certain things, and because of the need to, as I said, survive and live and support family, that you may have put these things off, and it's more than likely made you unhappy in some sort of way, resulted in maybe you doing things like myself, drinking or whatever else it's been. Sabotage, and that sabotage can come from feeling worthy of that, feeling guilt for not fitting into what most people are doing. But if most people have been doing that based on statistics, which I said before, it's, anyway, need I say more? So this is the beginning of documenting the journey. There's a combination of the AI generated content here, but nothing's more important than connecting in person. I think for me it's certainty amongst all the uncertainty and chaos, and I believe that a lot of these pathways and guides and things that I've ideated and thought through and processed, can provide that for people through the Future You program, for you to again come to your own answers, to be able to then be really conscious of your thoughts and things that are going on in the world, and discern through that. Whether it's technological or in person, and even to be aware of a combination of both, with where the world's at with technology, how other people, are being influenced. But I think we can all shed that light and truths, and to speak our own truths, and then to not be fearless in that. To be fearless, knowing that we're in our truths, and we're being pure in our intents, and caring for our people, caring for our neighbours, but most importantly, that individual leads into family, your family, direct family unit, which, when that's strong, leads into the community and general society. So there's been some fragmentation, there's been technology teaching our kids, which, I've been guilty of being busy and whatnot, where, they're being influenced by things that I don't want my kids influenced, and I don't think many parents either do, or maybe don't even know. So those effects, some have been unknown or are coming to the surface now, but nothing's beating that human connection, putting the phone down, talking to your kids. And then so the whole thing in here is to, be a support network of new opportunities, and, let's just take maybe a step back as well as we step forward, and, take a moment to really reflect on our paths and things that, our shadows, some of these things that need to be addressed, not like, going to go away instantly all the time. Just accept and forgive and release those things to be able to move forward. So I look forward to documenting my journey and helping others, and then seeing them document their journeys of growth and, positive impact together on the world. So it's gone 11 minutes. I think that's enough for now. I was going to do 5, but I'm Dan. Look forward to, just one thing. These online scenarios and AI, definitely the physical events. A lot of this, and what I've been manifesting, is these frameworks to not just be available for Imagine Land. It's there for once, completed, and I've had some obstacles in the way, but they're there to be available for everyone, to democratise access to these tools and knowledge, to make these things easier in business and building community and, working together with yourself and with your family and your broader community. So physical events, nothing's going to beat that. So it has to be a replicatable thing. Some of the things I'm surrendering to as well in terms of previous plans, I'll let the governance of the people and big fella work that out. But definitely the front end of things, you'll see in the content, is very much required, and I look forward for those to speaking and helping people to get behind that. So it's a nice day here, Saturday morning on the Gold Coast. Hope it's nice wherever you are, and look forward to speaking to you all soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.